Yeah, this New York Times thing is nuts. I'll just say it again. But they're saying like, oh, what Bernie's doing is like not good for the moderate voters. And yeah, then the person who like took a screenshot of it, captioned it, saying 89% of swing state voters want to increase the minimum wage, 84% want to expand Medicare to vision, dental, and hearing, 84% want the wealthy to pay their fair share in taxes. So yeah, no, it's actually helping her if she does push for that stuff. And also, Bernie is like the most popular politician because he actually advocates for this stuff and wants to push for it. You know, that like it's crazy. You know, it's crazy how that works. I guess the thing with the freaking like economic policy, it's like the Green Goblin, that you're not so different, you and I, with Democrats and Republicans on economic policy, you know? Like, it's crazy. It's insane. That is nuts. Yeah, it does suck that he's like 82, right? So like he's probably not gonna be around for much longer, which is a shame. Wish he was around for a bit longer, or like someone else who like advocates for the same stuff as Bernie comes back up, because I feel like Bernie is probably the most left-leaning person, and like yeah, there's the Squad, but I think even then, like, or at least like Bernie, I feel like is better at like messaging too. That's another thing. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, also I saw headlines of RFK Jr. Looks like he's gonna drop out in Friday. There's a Trump rally in Arizona, and he said he's addressing the nation in Arizona. So he's probably gonna drop out to endorse Trump. Which, boy, he sure was fine with staying in the race when it was hurting Democrats. But once it started hurting Republicans, boy, he really got out there. It was also insane because on Twitter he put out like oh, Democrats are making it harder to vote, and it's like, that is like the worst thing you can hit them on. It's like the one thing that they do like actually talk about a lot. So like it doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? Yeah, I've seen the projections now, and they have Trump up now in Pennsylvania. Like, Kamala took a huge shot in a lot of the races, which again, yeah, RFK was taking more out of Trump than he was Kamala. I feel like though, if they can smear RFK enough, I don't know, because I think you would still want to paint RFK as weird also, but also I feel like the like RFK voters are like diehard voters. Like, I don't know how you would handle them. Like, because I mean, there's gonna be a few, like, obviously they're just gonna vote for Kamala, but like, I'm very interested in how you would handle them, because yeah, that's like a 5% of the race. Like, now it's divvied up to like both candidates, or maybe even Cornel and Jill Stein for some reason. They're like, oh yes, my first choice is RFK, my second choice is Jill Stein. Alright. I mean, maybe, actually, because some of them might just be like, oh, we need to vote third party, so we have like 3 parties. Which, I mean, yeah, we should have more. The 2-party system sucks, but like, I feel like it shows just because of, like, I feel like this election cycle is a really good example of why, like, having a 2-party system sucks. Especially when, like, you're so far on one end of the political spectrum. Because Democrats have such a wide range. with the two-party system that they have to cater to. And so, like, it's very hard to do that. Well, I mean, really, honestly, not really. Because really all the leftists want at this point is, like, an arms embargo. That's pretty much it. And, like, her showing her, like, assurances, like, giving those people assurances and doing that. Like, that's really it. I think other than that, they'd be, like, willing to vote for Kamala. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, them going straight into Pennsylvania being one for the Republicans is crazy, though. Like, how much... Was he even polling that much better, like, RFK and Pennsylvania? I guess there have been polls that show the... I think Trump was up, but I think it was only, like, +1. Yeah, it still shows overall Kamala's leading. The five-way races, like, yeah, no, these are just 4%. That one's 5, but like, yeah, they're very small for Kennedy. There's only one that's 5, and then the other are 4s and 3s. I mean, yeah, they probably do align. RFK voters would probably align more with Trump voters. Yeah, that's gonna be another hurdle. And I think it also, like, you have to, it puts even more of a fire under, like, you have to, like, commit to an arms embargo and quick, like, now. Because obviously Trump's gonna get some of those RFK voters. And so, yeah, you definitely for sure want to get as many voters as you can on your side. There's no room for error. And while I think a lot of people have, in these past few elections, like, underestimated how the left has done, you still shouldn't take that risk, you know? You still should up your chances. Yeah, like, again, there's no time for error. You gotta do it now. At least in September, you know? Can't wait around until, like, October then to make the decision. Because that's what Hubert Humphrey did, and he lost. Like, she actually has the luxury of having that as history, you know? If she doesn't, like, say something the next month, like, she might lose. At least, like, a lot of those uncommitted votes, that's for sure. So, yeah. It's really not great. Yeah, I do feel like it is probably underestimated. I think they're overestimating in Michigan and Wisconsin, but I think they're probably underestimating, especially Arizona, because Kamala's been up, I think, in most of the recent Arizona polls. So it's weird to me that they never made Arizona switch over. Like, that's weird to me. Like, Paul American never made the switch over. They always kept saying that Trump was leading. Which didn't make any sense because, 1, she was leading in the polls already, and 2, there's abortion on the ballot. So it's weird to me that Arizona is still, like, Republican favored, like, looking at this. It also has Ohio almost back at safe again. Like, they really shot them back up in a lot of states. I think except Alaska. Yeah, Alaska is still falling, but a lot of them, like, yeah, a lot of those that were starting to go down a little bit shot back up. So, yeah. Alaska might fall in the likely category. It's at 90.6. So I feel like it's hovering around that area for so long. It's like how Arizona was at 50.5, I think, for like 3 straight days. They just refused to be like, yep, Kamala's leading. It's like, okay. Because again, I feel like you had the polls to show that she was ahead. But, I mean, alright. Yeah, I'm chewing nice. I know I wanted to test something. It was sort of my mic settings, and I gotta do that. Because I think actually like the main reason why I don't sound good is because I had noise suppression on. I never realized how bad it can sound with noise suppression. Because the reason I had voice suppression on actually is because someone told me to do it. But I might test it without noise suppression, or like a very tiny amount of voice suppression, and see. It's like, what is my voice suppression at? Like, it's not super high, but I get what it's at. Filters. Oh no, it's just a general noise suppression. Oh, never mind. Oh, we know it's a limiter. That's what it is. I put a limiter on. So I'm curious. Yeah, maybe if I take the limiter off, how would that do? Well, I also don't know what release means. I think they had that as part of their mic settings. I think the thing with mic settings though is that it probably just works like different. The settings that work the best is probably just different per person. So I really just need to screw around with it. There's no really like one universal best mic setting. But yeah, because I feel like my mic always just doesn't sound the greatest. That's kind of why. It's also why I stopped myself from doing karaoke, but then apparently it's actually banned to do karaoke on Twitch. When did they do that? Was that back in like 2020? 2021? Because I see people in the music category doing karaoke. So if it was banned, unless you just can't archive it, I guess that would make sense. But like when I looked through the music category like a couple weeks ago, there's people doing karaoke in it. So I guess we'll just see. I'm just looking through. Yeah, karaoke. There are karaoke. I assume it has to be on archive then? Let me Twitch. Let me look up karaoke rules. Actually, I think it's in the description there. Sing or perform a karaoke recording unless you own the music or have been allowed. Okay. So you need a karaoke version of it. Which I think a lot of on YouTube people also do that as well. So yeah, they're cool with it as long as you use like a karaoke recording. Which I don't know. Do they have like karaoke versions? Because I assume that'd be instrumentals, but I mean, yeah, you can't use. Because I think the melodies can be copywritten. So yeah, no, there probably would have to be like karaoke versions. And they're probably on YouTube. There's specific karaoke versions of songs. I could probably look on YouTube. Just see like song karaoke version or something like that. It's probably like more common, like well-known songs, if I were to guess. That's the third option. Oh yeah, karaoke version. I'm not sure if this is the person singing it or if this is just like a version of it. I'm not listening. I don't have my earbuds in, so. Yeah, I see official instrumental. Like, I think it has to be different. They have these karaoke ones, but I'm pretty sure it just has the lyrics. And if that's the case, then that doesn't work. I'd have to look into it more. Probably. On like karaoke versions. So yeah, there's also that probably. Performance of a song owned by someone else, unless it's in a live performance in your Twitch stream. If you do perform a cover song in a live Twitch stream, please make good figure that and perform the song as written by the songwriters. Create all the audio elements by yourself. I thought that was part of it, but yeah, no, yeah, it's saying that even like the melody and the music itself too changed a little bit. Oh, you can't even show the lyrics. Wait, so then is that against TOS what Vettel's doing with the subtitles of the song? Well, does he archive his streams? I don't know if he does. If he does, then I feel like actually I'd be against TOS. I mean, I'm not trying to take him down or anything, but I'm just thinking like, it's interesting. But does he? Yeah, he does archive them. I'm curious then how that's different. Unless it's just like weird on the TOS description of it. That was probably real loud because I was filling in, it just showed. Okay. And it was also playing over the music. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it says lyrics. Or is this... Yeah, it may not include. Is a part of that. In Twitch streams or recorded videos. So it makes it seem like you can't even do it live either. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. Because it makes me feel like then like that would be TOS, but he like yeah, it seems like it's fine. Like obviously he hasn't been banned or anything. So yeah, the like lyrics part is interesting. I mean, yeah, people still sing karaoke on Twitch and like they don't get hit with it. So like that's what's weird to me. Is I'm literally going through the music category and like it shows karaoke. Again, it might just be like copyright free versions, like the karaoke stuff it's saying. Actually, yeah, because it says unless you own the music or have been allowed by the copyright holder. It does suck because I feel like the main reason this stuff is in place is because of money. That's literally the main reason. Because otherwise, like, if, you know, let's say in a world where money doesn't exist, people wouldn't care. Like, I mean, I'm sure they care a little bit, but it's for like the extreme cases, you know? Like you're like a kid, you're making like a kid's thing and someone's gonna take it and make it rated R. Like, yeah, that's, obviously you should protect that and you'd be allowed to take that down. Well, I think you should have the freedom in general, but I think typically that's gonna be the only time when people really care. But yeah, it's just really annoying because a lot of this stuff is probably just because of money. Like, it's so annoying. And I hate it. Why is there an area on Twitch that says modern day slavery statement? And Amazon. What? Oh yeah, it's really talking about modern slavery. That's crazy. Okay. That's interesting. But yeah, I just hate it because like I've literally seen 2 people in their description who make like covers. They literally point out in their description like if you use it for non-profit, they don't care. Like it literally shows that like they they don't care. Like, the people want to make the art. Yeah, they want to make money off of it, but that's just because they have to live. But I think if they could just make the art, you know, and that's it, then, like, great. They wouldn't care then. I mean, again, there's probably some cases where, like, extreme cases, but I think for the most part, yeah, they just wouldn't care. And, you know, we could just do this karaoke and, like, stuff, and I'm sure most of the artists would be cool with it. They wouldn't need to get, like, label companies or, like, these other people taking to hold their copyrights, you know? They could just post the song or, like, release it. And then it's actually down to the creator and not just some random third party who just wants to get all the money, baby. It's just stupid. It's one of the main, like, well, one of the many reasons. I was gonna say not main, but many works. Many reasons I don't like currency. It's unfortunate because I don't think in our lifetime we're gonna see a world without it, even though I think it would be the best for society if that was the case. Just, oh well. Because I mean, yeah, it doesn't even look like we're really gonna budge much on progressive policy for a while. And I mean, it's still very possible that Kamala loses this election too. It is always interesting to me though, because like it seems like with a lot of those polls they underestimate Democrats. It's like I'm very confused as to like, I guess because they go all throughout the state and not necessarily like in like with the main cities might be why, or just like they don't hit on certain demographics as much, because like one state that especially stands out is Nevada. Because apparently, like, Republicans, like, are always favored in the polls, and then they always lose, like, especially recently. It's like, I'm just curious how that disconnect happens. But I feel like that's only something that, like, maybe, like, a pollster, or someone who knows how the pollsters work, could maybe figure out. I'm gonna see, I'm gonna look it up, see if there's anything on that. Why is... Oh, I... Shoot. I can't type well.
Before Shopify, were you wondering where are my sales at? But now you're selling with Shopify. You're easily selling
Action polls. There's on Reddit or slash statistics. I mean, yeah, these would be the probably the biggest nerds. This is 2020, it looks like. Oh, this is probably... I think it's referring more to when Republicans run, or underestimated. Some TLDR, some demographic portions of the population who tend to vote Republican are very hard to reach for a variety of reasons, unless there's a concerted effort to improve on reaching out to these sections of the population. I'm dubious on whether it's possible to reliably poll the American population. Yeah, it's definitely looking like that, and I think this upcoming election is definitely going to be a real, like, if it's far off again, then I think you really can't trust the polls. In all honesty. Because, I mean, yeah, it's been ever since like 2016, right, basically, that the polls haven't been that accurate. I think except for like 2018 or something like that, it was actually decently accurate. But like other than that, the past few elections have just been yeah. I still feel like I feel like it's so bad to trust the polls, because like at the end of the day, like polls aren't the real thing. The real thing is the election. So, yeah. Oh, this came out a week ago. Cal made this, huh? This is actually really recent. Never mind, they're watering. It was when I yawned for some reason. It did that. To do that. It only lands into it 60% of the time. That's just a week before. And a year before it's only 40%. Not great. I mean, yeah, the fact that it's only 60% a week before. I don't know, man. I just feel like also if you get too complacent with just watching the polls, you're gonna be like, oh, well, we'll win, it's fine, or something like that, and then it turns out you lose. Because something went awry. Yeah. Sometimes there's bias generated by the method by which pollsters reach respondents. It's random digit dialing, for instance. I only reach people who have phones and who answer them. I do feel like most people have phones though, especially in America. I feel like in like third world countries, yeah, I'm sure. I feel like that could be an issue, but I think in America the phone thing wouldn't be that big of a problem. Unless it's saying like landlines, but I highly doubt it. If those people are different from those who vote, then the poll's predictions might be biased. Yeah. See, if they also just don't have the resource. Poll aggregators like 538 try to adjust for the unreliability in individual polls. Oh, you know what? This dude brings up a base point though. What's his name? Don Moore. Freaking polls have always been flawed. Don't listen to the vapid horse race coverage of candidates staying in the polls. Instead, pay attention to candidates' stances on the issues and plans for what they'll do in office. Based opinion, dude. I mean, that's a pretty, I'm sure, obvious opinion, but a pretty good opinion, dude. Yeah, he said like they're not getting less accurate, but his reasoning was like they've always been inaccurate. It was like they've always been flawed. It's like, well then why are we looking at them? I don't know. It's just weird. Well, to be fair, 2020 could have also been so weird because COVID. That actually could be a big reason. But I think 2022 also was like very inaccurate as well. Yeah, because they were predicting a red wave. And then that didn't happen. It was like a red puddle. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Again, I think if it's something where like Democrats do like way better, then I assume like they're probably still polling like older demographics, then if I were to guess, that's where the disconnect is. Especially if, like, they underestimate Democrats again. Like, that's probably where the disconnect is gonna be, specifically with, like, probably the age of people they're polling. Because, yeah, Gen Z is very overwhelmingly left-leaning. And millennials are, like, I think slightly left-leaning. Or Gen X is one of the two. I think Gen X is slightly right-leaning, millennials slightly left-leaning. I think it's the same with baby boomers, and then silent generation is majority right-wing. Yeah. It's annoying, honestly, that it's like just a bunch of 80-year-olds just decide, yeah, let's just screw over these youngsters' freaking entire lives. Like, oh, awesome, thank you. Like, sick, dude. I didn't want to, in my physical prime, I didn't want to freaking have a normal life anyway. Whatever, man. Theophan went from having Bernie on his, I guess, not that long ago to Donald Trump. That's crazy. I'm reading Twitter again. I need to stop. I think there was maggots, the DNC, with the food, in the food. That's certainly something. I feel like they're gonna somehow blame it on Palestinian activists. Because, you know, that's definitely what you should be doing. I mean, regardless, it's probably like a small, you know, minority of that actual movement. And I wish people would, like, not have just hasty generalization, like that logical fallacy just in their minds. That'd be awesome. You know? I freaking hate it. Because, hey, guess what? They're different. And it's, you know, that's how it works. Ugh. I hate it. I really don't know why people are going so hard, because as soon as the they're saying something on Trump related that happened. They're saying that's staged. And perhaps sociopaths are incapable of expressing empathy, but no, that's only... They have to remember. So that's not even true. Like, also, it's not even like, because psychopaths are the ones that are like that, and psychopaths, like, they aren't real, but even if you wanted to use that as a point, it's psychopaths, not sociopaths. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that they use bulletproof glass. Like surrounded them with bulletproof glass. Yeah, and then he left it. I'm not gonna say stage, but like, because I feel like that's getting into like conspiracy theories, and it's like, you know, it's not really get into that. Like, it's probably not a great rabbit hole to get into, you know. That's why I'm personally just not gonna mess with it. But it's funny that the person pointed out that there was bulletproof glass he was surrounded by, and he just walked away from it. Yeah, it seemed like because Kamala did something yesterday about that, which I didn't even see that trending. So I mean, all right. I think that would have been trending, but whatever. Oh, I see like save Roblox train. I was very confused, but yeah, no, it seems because there's like a lot of yeah, moderation issues. That's what's going on. It seems like there's a lot of like nudist stuff. How is it only getting better for Trump? What the frick? It's only going up. Except in Maine second. Yeah, screw Maine second, I guess. That was getting worse. Oh, and Ohio. Yeah, screw those ones. Alright. Sure. Like, all the swing states are getting better, and I don't understand. What is happening? I get it's like RFK, but yeah, I feel like honestly the RFK support might also be, because I think some RFK voters are just not gonna vote, or like vote for another third party if they're like that diehard on voting third party. Like, I definitely think there's still gonna be that audience as well. Like, yeah, I do think they're gonna go to both major candidates, but I do see like also the people who won't vote because they wanted to vote for RFK, and people who will just vote third party because like, oh, we need a third party, like desperately, which I mean we do. It's just unfortunate because like of how polarized we've become. And I feel like also with like third parties, yeah, it would make it so like America wasn't so polarized. Because yeah, it's super easy in America with two parties to have like to choose sides, which might be another reason why like people will have gotten this thing of just like, oh, you choose a side. There's no nuance. Because in America, that's what you do. You choose a side. Left wing or right wing? Well, left in quote wing and right wing. So yeah, it's not great. not great. But yeah, I do think that is part of like people being like, oh, you have to choose a side or something like that, or feeling pressured to choose a side, stuff like that. When there's very clearly nuance to it. And yeah, I am a little worried with like Hassan's audience. So I feel like a lot of them are getting like too much into an echo chamber. And like I watch Hassan, but I do feel like some of them are like they need to kind of chill. Because like it seems like they're like insulted when like there's like a disagreement or something like that. I'm just like, I feel like you need to chill like a little bit, you know? Although I feel like I guess I had that too when I was watching someone, they like were just cracking the game. I like, which I mean, it shouldn't be that surprising because my favorite Fire Emblem game is Fates, and then my favorite Mario Party is 9. So like, I feel like I should be used to people crapping on games I like, but yeah, that one I guess because it was a new take. Because like I guess going into Fates, and then I was already aware of like 9 being like people not liking it. Cause like I was already aware of that stuff. But that one I wasn't. So that's why it like blindsided me. But yeah, it definitely brought out a strong emotion. I mean, it's not good. Because it's literally the opinion on a game. It's not good. You definitely need to figure out how to control that. Yeah, I think I just need to learn to accept, you know, people have different opinions. And I feel like it's kind of sad I learned that through a Twitch stream and not in the real world. But, you know, it's whatever. Well, I guess I watched the VOD, so it's technically a VOD, but you get what I mean. It's still sad. Yeah, so last year I'm gonna see like a lot of those people, so if I want to be friends with them or like talk to them on a consistent basis, I gotta do it this year. There's no more waiting around, you know? No more dilly-dallying. Want to talk to these people? Gotta do it now. Yeah. I'm getting more comfortable driving. I just still don't like doing it. Because I still feel like it's too stressful, and like if you get rattled like once, at least especially for how my brain works, because like you're gonna still be like thinking about it, but then like something else could just come at you or something like that, and then you're rattled about that, then you know, and then it just hits you super fast. And yeah, that's not fun. I will say it's not enjoyable whatsoever. Like, and again, I feel like my brain's just not, it's not meant for driving. Because like my body always has to be moving. I realize I keep freaking sitting back in my chair without noticing, like realizing I'm sitting back in it. Yeah. It's just like my body's like constantly moving, and when you have to like stay still, it's not the best combination. It really isn't. I hate it so much. I'm thinking back to that copyright thing I was saying earlier. I've noticed like when a lot of times it seems like kind of more like unfair copyright stuff have happened, or like more egregious copyright takedowns have happened, it's been with like Japanese like companies, it seems, because Nintendo's a big one. I feel like also like their music companies seem to be like also like kind of weird about that stuff. Like even cover songs, they take them down, which I feel like is kind of dumb because they're covering your song because they like it. So like that seems stupid to me, but I mean, all right. Yeah, you know what? Just screw art, you know? I guess I feel like copyright it just takes the art out of it. Because like that's the point. Obviously you should give consent, but it's just like, I think it also just takes the fun out of the art of it, you know? And then it's just like, oh, I really like this song, and then they're like, no, screw you, and just take it down. Like it sucks, dude. Or like, I really like this series. Here's this game I spent a decade working on. No, screw you, it's getting taken down. Like, what? It's so stupid. And I feel like if there was no money, it'd be especially egregious to take it down. But even then, like, in a lot of those cases, they're not making money off of it. Sure, with like cover songs, because like, yeah, there's definitely people who have, especially on like YouTube, who've made a living off of that. But like with the freaking fan games, dude, like, come on. There's no reason. There really isn't. I mean, if they have something you don't agree with, and like you don't want the IP to go that way, fine. But like, especially with that Pokemon game, because it was literally just a Pokemon game, like it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I'm burping one now. There's another one. I just always have these burp fits, like, at some point, because it's always like shortly, I start streaming shortly after I eat. Every time. I'm hoping I can actually stream without having to talk about this stuff. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, maybe it is good I'm talking about this on stream though, because it makes me like not think about it as much like outside of it. So like this is kind of my therapy and just getting my thoughts out of my brain. It's like I feel like honestly if I talk about the content creator, it like, or even like what I was going to I think 2 streams ago at this point, where it's just like, oh, that's my opinion. It's mostly me just voicing my mind. You know, it's just so I can get it out of my mind. Which I think later on won't work, especially if it's a controversial, like, opinion to some people. Then it probably will just stay in my head. But as of right now, with nobody watching me, it's kind of just, like, therapeutic. As I can just release it into the void, essentially, and get it out of my brain. That would be nice. Yeah, if I ever say anything about those people, like, listen, if they don't care about what I'm saying, that's fine. Because, again, I'm just trying to get the thought out of my head. It's more for me than it is for them. You know? So that's my thing. It's the same with, like, the Philian suplex arm drag. It's an arm drag joke. Like, my opinion on that was just to get my thoughts, like, stop thinking about it, even though I bring it up again, so I'm thinking about it again, but, you know, like, maybe some other emotions about it. But that was the one I was also kind of, like, when I was mentioning controversial, that, like, I was bringing up, because I feel like people are just gonna call me snowflake or whatever, and just other nonsense. And it's just like, ah, yes, I don't enjoy the misogynistic joke. Oh man. Or like, yeah, they'd probably be like, oh, you must be fun at parties thing, and it's just like, yeah, cool, dude. Awesome. That's very cool. It's just like, yeah, that's another thing too. It's my brain. That's how it works. I have a lower tolerance to social injustice. So when you make jokes like that, you know, my brain, like, obviously I'm not gonna like it as much. It's very obvious. Like, it's just how I was born, man. I can't control that. I mean, I guess like a little bit, but obviously it's gonna be more than probably the average person. Even if I do. This is also unrelated, but I do find it funny how, like, it feels like just a shocking amount of, because maybe this is a girl thing, but like, there's like 3 or 4 like Halloween members who like actively practice like making their sneeze quieter, or just like not sneezing at all. And like, I feel like it has to be a girl thing. It's like, it's, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a weird thing to care about. Just like, because I have a loud sneeze and I don't care, you know? It's whatever. Yeah, another thing is that there's actual, it's bad for you to like stop yourself from sneezing. And I will do that sometimes. I think it's typically though when like I sneezed like for the 50th time already, I'm like, I stop. because for some reason when you get to that point you just won't stop sneezing. It just keeps happening. I remember that happened before I did a Wii Sports stream. It was not fun. Yeah, but I think my sinuses were real clean after that one. Like real emptied. I definitely sounded different, at least to, like when with me. I'm not sure the mic picked it up, but I know I sounded different for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually really bad for you, and I think you can die if you like make your sneezes quieter. Like you're trying to make it so nothing comes out when you sneeze. Yeah, it's real bad. Someone better tell them. What is funny, because like they're also like, well, I haven't died now, but I feel like even then it's not a great mindset to have. Because if it's a health issue, like, yeah, you should probably stop doing it. Even if it, like, it's a very rare chance to happen, you know. If you don't do it, then it's a 0% chance. And 0 is a lot better than, you know, whatever the chance it would be otherwise. Not 0, you know. Yeah, I'm just scared for them. Yeah, these people just have like all these health problems too, and it's like, man, I think like a lot of the Hololive girls like on EN especially have just had like a lot of like health things come up. And that's another thing too, like I feel like with the parasocialism, at least when it goes too far, it's because like, yeah, these people need like breaks to work on themselves, like physically, mentally. I think Ina had to take a break because of her physical, like she was unhealthy physically, right? I'm pretty sure that's why she took a break. It's like, yeah, these people need to like worry about their lifestyles too, you know, and like get all that in. And especially, I'm sure with Hololive, they have like other stuff they had to work on top of that. I mean, they even talk about like homework, right? So like, it seems like they also have to work on stuff within Hololive as well that you don't see behind the scenes. So like, yeah, I'm not sure how much time they actually have to do that kind of stuff, you know? I mean, Kyla probably has a long time because she basically is up the entire day, but I mean, for the people who can't live off of 20 minutes of sleep, you know, it's probably have a lot less time, you know? And you gotta really figure out where to put everything in. Yeah, it must be nice, like, not having to sleep as much, because, like, yeah, you have more time in your life then, more time throughout the day to do stuff. Like, that's probably really nice. I am gonna look up, like, what is different. Why is the top search when I say why do is people hate Ohio? Why? Why is that my top search? Okay. Why do people need less sleep? Well, that says they get older, but I would than other people. Gene changes and natural short sleepers. SSS to feel refreshed with less sleep. Short sleeper syndrome. Natural short sleepers may have changes in their DEC2 gene or ADRB1 gene. Huh. Wow, this was recent apparently. 2019, gene identified in people who need little sleep. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, that was actually kind of a recent discovery, 5 years ago. Just under 5 years, actually. It's crazy, because, yeah, VTubers weren't even a thing, really. That wasn't even the term when that was discovered, and that was only 5 years ago. It's crazy, like, honestly, think about. Like, it's crazy thinking about a world where VTubers weren't a thing at this point because of how like prominent they are. But, like, yeah, they've only been around for like 4 years, at least in the West prominently. So like, it is crazy to think about. Like, yeah. Huh. Like, my favorite Coliseum is probably 2019. Running Guys Coliseum. It's probably 2019 is my favorite. I think it's just probably a nostalgia thing, honestly. But yeah, that obviously was before all of that with VTubers and stuff too. And it's just crazy to think about. I think I also was watching like 8-Bit Drummer, like his clips of drumming the stuff, like before VTubers as well. And now I'm watching him like drum the VTuber covers since like, or even originals. It's crazy to think about like how all that's happened like so quickly. It's insane. And now I'm a PNG tuber talking about politics. God, I hate it. I don't hate it, but I'm sure if I actually do get an audience and there's the usual right-wingers being freaking right-wingers, I'm gonna hate it, but for now, being in my own little corner, it's fine. Like, I think I'm still gonna talk about that stuff because I do generally want to help people and like inform people, but I am probably gonna hate that side effect of it. That's probably gonna be very annoying. And also, I'm sure there's another side effect of people not wanting to collab with me, which that's also gonna be annoying. I mean, I think Asan does collab with a decent amount of people, but yeah, you're gonna just have to find that group that's like okay with having that, because you know there's people who are just gonna throw other people in with like rope them into a controversy even though they have nothing to do with it. I have said like I will be the first one to like call them out on that and like tell them to leave them out of it, but yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Yeah, I don't know what the DC2, like what these genes are. Well, they are linked to sleep, so. 0.5% of the population. Neat. Short sleepers live longer. Wow, they do live longer. And gives you increased optimism and energy. Wow, that's very ironic knowing that Kylo is one of them. Ah. Yeah, that's crazy that you live longer. I mean, I'm sure also it's a much smaller pool, you know? And so I'm sure that also helps it, but yeah. That's crazy. It's still weird though, because like these seem still like they need like 5 hours. So I don't know how she did the whole sleep for 20 minutes and feel fine. That seems like even more extreme. What was the other one? It was ADRB1. Protein coding gene are one of the 4 adrenergic receptors. I am not like, my eyes are having a hard time staying open. I've lifted screens for so long. This is not good. G protein coupled receptor associated with the G heterotrimeric G protein that is expressed predominantly in cardiac tissue. How does this relate to sleep? Function. Increases heart rate, renin release, lipolysis. I'm still confused as to how this relates to heightened wakefulness and less sleep necessity. Okay. It seems like you're more stimulated, is what it is. That's what's different about this one, is like, yeah, you're just more stimulated. Where DC2 is like a mutation. That's interesting. Man, it is crazy though how we're having like these scientific breakthroughs like only 5 years ago, you know? Like this feels like something we should have known for like at least like a decade. At least. And that's probably being generous. But yeah. That sure is something. Yeah, imagine how quickly we'd like get through science stuff if we didn't have money. That'd be crazy. Yeah, it is crazy though how like, because I'm going back to, sorry, I'm flipping back around. But 2 days ago, Pennsylvania was lean blue, and now like, just 2 days now, literally just because RFK Jr. It's like, it's rumored that he's going to drop out and like endorse Trump. Like now Nevada's lean red when 4 days ago it was leaning Democrat, like, or tilt Democrat. Like that's crazy. Arizona's going back up to lean at this point. Like that's crazy. North Carolina's getting closer to like likely. That's insane. Like, are really that many of them Trump supporters? I guess. Like, it's crazy it's that big of a jump. And it's not even, like, confirmed yet. This is rumored. Like, 2 days from now. It's insane. I mean, it is probably true. Yeah, still, it is weird. But yeah, Kamala just really needs to get that left progressive base really badly. That's the other thing too, is like I feel like a lot of Gen Z also falls under the progressive base as well. It's why Biden was doing so bad with younger voters. And like, yeah, sure, Kamala's doing better now, but I think she'd do even better if she would talk about that stuff. Which, again, she doesn't talk until tomorrow, so maybe she'll include that in her speech. But, I mean, I think she was also at a rally. Like yesterday. But, you know. Whatever. That's fine. Yeah, that's another reason why Bernie does well. Because also, yeah, Bernie just goes back to policy. Yeah, also the stuff on neoliberalism isn't that great. You also know it's bad when you're like a fellow Democrat's also calling you out. It's not great. Yeah, they're bringing in Israeli hostage parents, is that what it is? Families on the main stage, but not the... I thought that's what they were talking about, that they're gonna show up at the DNC, but I guess not. Yeah. That's very weird. Yeah, I feel like even at this point, Talib was like, alright, come on now. What are we doing? We should really stop, you know, going with this. It's not a good idea. It's just so weird that they're still like just blatantly covering for them. It's so weird. Especially when like Biden's like, oh, I want Kamala to win and stuff like that. It's like, okay, then like make the change so then like, you know, you help Kamala. Or like actually like say the truth. So then Kamala's like more willing to say that stuff. I don't know. Just weird and odd. I don't understand it. Also, I realize why I'm leaning back my chair so much is because usually, like, in order to, like, hear me the clearest, I have to sit up, but, like, I can't rest my back. So I'm actually sitting here to, like, rest my back, and you can at least hear me decently. I actually do know this is why I made the noise gate a lot smaller, too, because it was more harsher than this, but you couldn't hear what I was saying most of the time, like, while I was back here. But now I think you can hear most of it, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I'm really hoping Kamala has something about that. You gotta. It's crazy. But like, even like, I feel like Republicans, it's probably like a record number of Republicans are backing like Kamala, and Trump still has a really good chance of winning. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. Were they actually talking about Puerto Rico coming and stay at the DNC? That's funny because I literally talked about that. What was it, 2 streams ago? Like, yeah, they're definitely showing more support about Puerto Rico. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, so Obama's definitely gonna interfere in the election. Because he definitely did that in 2016. He did so well that, you know. She lost. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to start playing games again. It's just whenever like I start streaming, I just start talking, and then that's what I want to do more. I don't go on with the streaming part. And it sucks. Actually, what's crazy also about all these going up is I think also in head-to-head, Trump wasn't leading in most of these. In most of the swing states. I think even head-to-head, like, it was still, like, really close. Like, even. So that's also what's so weird about these being so far more, like, in favor of Trump. I mean, yeah, obviously if Kennedy drops out, then, like, the polls are gonna be way more telling, but we'll only see once that happens. Obviously they're gonna keep doing polls that have him in, because apparently it looks like he's still in, but yeah, that's probably gonna change forever. So I just dust him and switch, just getting some of it off. I don't know if you heard it anyway, but if you did, that was what it was. Yep, I'm burping again. Oh god, here it comes. Yeah, I don't really believe what's going on with this. But I think it's just because, like, there's been a history of polls underestimating, at least in the last 2 elections, it feels like. Well, actually, did they overestimate in 2020? They might have, actually. I think they did. 2022, they underestimated. And yeah, I guess this is a presidential year, so who knows. Yeah, I think they underestimated Trump, actually, in both years. Yeah, I think so. So I don't know. Maybe they're still underestimating Trump. I have no idea. Be nice if they're underestimating freaking Kamala's numbers, though. That'd be nice. I think Walz, like, because there's a debate in September, I believe. So if there's a vice president debate, I think that would be a huge boost for Kamala. Because Walz is really good at his job. He's really good at the whole politics thing. And Vance is the opposite of that. So yeah. I think that is September. I think if I look up 2024 presidential debate, it's probably gonna do the one that happened earlier. September 4th. Is that when it is? Oh, it was supposed to be Fox News, but September 10th. Okay, actually not that far away. Yeah, I think the debate will actually hurt Trump a lot. I feel like he's gonna get destroyed in it. So yeah. Why does the picture of 2024 presidential debates have Tim Walz's pictures next to it? Oh, there is a vice president debate, but it's on October 1st. Okay. Yeah, no, he's gonna get destroyed. He is so done. He is screwed. Yeah, so that's probably why they showed his picture. His picture lists under the vice president debate. Right? Vice presidential debate. That's also like, beginning of October is kind of big. You know? That's also kind of... I mean, I feel like it would have been better electoral-wise if it was slightly earlier, but... I mean, Walz's gonna destroy Vance, dude. No question. Like, that's definitely gonna be a big boost for Kamala's campaign. Even if RFK endorses Trump. Like, I still think it is possible for Kamala to win if RFK drops out and endorses Trump. Because of the debates. And they're obviously gonna get destroyed in the debates. I mean, more so in the vice presidential one. That one's gonna be a slaughter. I do think Kamala's gonna win, but probably not like destroy. Walz is going to destroy Vance. Yeah. That's how that's gonna work. A lot of these debates were canceled. Well, it's probably because if it was on a normal like schedule, they probably were all scheduled for those days, and then Trump probably backed out of all of them, so that's probably what it was. So now they're only doing the one. Well, and also Kamala, yeah, Kamala also said that she would only do the one. Yeah. You know, that was rough. I mean, yeah, I feel like it really turned Biden's campaign upside down. When was it? It was June 27th. Let me look at how they were looking. I mean, yeah, Biden was losing, but only slightly. That was the day of the debate. What about the day before? Yeah, he was only losing slightly. And then, yeah, it fell off. It fell off a cliff. It even had Maine's second district that's safe. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it fell. It had Texas as safe and Arizona and Nevada as likely. Like, all the swing states as likely except Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. Yeah, that fell off a cliff. That was bad. You had New Mexico going to lean. In Minnesota. Minnesota almost going tilt. Like, that's how bad it got. Nebraska's 2nd district almost going tilt. New Hampshire almost going tilt. Virginia getting close to tilt. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, that was about like 2 weeks after the debate. But even then, like, it was a huge fallout immediately afterwards. So I feel like the debate can have a big impact. I mean, yeah, again, that's mostly what started having Biden drop out. So I feel like that those are gonna be pretty big deals. Well, I think it's because it was so bad for Biden. That's probably what it was. I assume that's why. Yeah. Yeah, I think like Kamala's gonna win, but it's probably not gonna be anything special. I think Walz is gonna be like have that big switch that it was like with Biden with his debate performance, but this time in their favor. Yeah, that would be nice. It's almost an hour and a half. I did forget to start recording a little late. That's why if you're watching, I said it's almost 1:30 because it's like 2 minutes away, even though it says on this 7 minutes. I forgot to start it. I just went straight to Twitter, I think, honestly. Whoops. That was on me. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be too worried about the election results since those 2 debates are still to go. And I think those will be huge switches. In how it is. It'll probably be like how it was when Kamala first got in. Where it had it had the blue wall as a all lean. So yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. It was really weird though. I saw on Twitter like I don't remember what the thing they're responding to was. It was something about like being anti-Trump. Or like they were anti-Trump. It was something about his character, and I saw like the response being like, "Oh, I don't care about character. I'm caring about how well they do the job." Brother, like Donald Trump he does not do the job well. He's what led to what happened with the record high inflation. Like that's no. It sucks because I feel like people are gonna pin that on Biden, but I'm pretty sure like that was mostly like Trump policies that led to the high inflation. And then like Biden brought it back down. But yeah, people are probably gonna be like, "Oh, high inflation under Biden's campaign." You know, again, I feel like economic policy, you can't really use those numbers because I'm pretty sure also the housing crash technically took place under Obama. But like, obviously that was 2008, so it would have been Bush's policies that at least helped led to that. I'm sure there was also like before, like it probably honestly dates back to Reagan on leading up to the house market crash, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Reagan's policies that led to the house market crash. In all honesty, wouldn't surprise me one bit. Yeah. It's an hour and a half now. I just have been talking and I really want to change that. I liked when I was playing games. But again, just like nothing sounds fun, man, once I get into it. Well, and then also my brain's like, oh, well, I don't want to start something because it's not going to be in there for that long. But I need to probably just get rid of that mindset. You know, just stop with the mindset. Anyway, there's those. Yeah, I am gonna have to remember to change the upload defaults and everything that involves the schedule to 7:30. I think I'll change it if I remember after next Tuesday, since obviously that's when the schedule's change is gonna happen. But yeah, I'll see you Friday. And hopefully if the Kennedy stuff hasn't happened yet, I'll actually do something. I think I've said that the last like few streams, but yeah, I keep getting like talking about stuff. Or like I want to like talk about stuff that's not politics too is another thing. Like I talk about it, like slightly with like I talk about like one thing with Hololive, but like that was it. It's like I want like most of the stream to be that. I remember I had like the last half hour talking about like Fates' story, and like I really enjoyed doing that. Like I don't want it to be all politics. I don't really like that. I want it to be some lighthearted topics. Well, I guess to be fair, it was about how they hold back their sneezes and how that could kill them. So I guess this lighthearted is probably not the best word, but yeah. Again, I'll see you Friday, and hopefully it's something more fun. See you then.